So this course is all about courageous conversations. These are the kind of conversations that need you to have some kind of courage, some kind of vulnerability. You're going into the danger zone of uncharted territory. You go in not knowing what the response is going to be, feeling unprepared, and yeah, you might have to get a little bit messy, go a little bit deeper, and yeah, go into that territory where you cannot control the outcome. However, what you can do is get prepared, so you can start working through some of the more difficult scenarios, and trying to calm yourself down and prepare. So these are the kind of conversations that normally as humans we try to avoid because they will get messy. However, all that happens when we avoid them is we either internalize the feelings that that situation, that person evoked in us, and so therefore we don't process them, or the issue will repeat itself and it'll get worse, and it therefore damages the relationships or the teams. So before you have the conversation, what I want you to do is to mentally prepare yourself and emotionally prepare yourself. So think about, how are you actually feeling about this conversation? Are you anxious? Are you worried? Are you fearful? Are you feeling in control? Are you going in with a victor mindset, so you're going to dominate them? What is it that you're thinking and feeling? What might you do or say that might trigger a certain response in other people? So this is using your emotional intelligence, understanding that other person, the way that you understand them. How are they likely to respond in a certain situation or with this information? Will it be the first time that you've had the conversation? Will it be a surprise? Will they get emotional about it? So really think about what you can do to create that safe space to have a good conversation. Then you might want to look at, what is the purpose of the conversation anyway? What is it you're trying to get out of it? What's the outcome? What's the change that you want to see? So a lot of people go into these conversations completely unprepared. Eventually they just break and they erupt into the conversation. And then it goes into like a big either bowl of spaghetti with no start and no end, or it feels like just a hand grenade has gone in and it's just blown up and made it explosive. What I want you to do is think really carefully about what is the outcome you're trying to achieve from having this conversation. And think about, why is it important to you to be able to express this issue, this feeling, this concern that you have? So then start trying to structure the opening of the conversation. So what you want to do is to talk about, what is the situation, how did it make you feel, and what's the change that you want to happen as a result of it. So let's say you heard somebody gossiping about somebody else in a negative way. You might say something like, "Hi, when I walked into the canteen last week, I heard you saying some negative things about our colleague. When I saw and heard that, it made me feel really uncomfortable because I don't want anybody to be talking negatively behind people's backs. If people have a problem with somebody, I want them to be able to have the conversations with them. But it also made me feel incredibly uncomfortable hearing those comments, and worrying also about what you might be saying about me or other people. So what I'd really like in future is that if you do have some issue, then either raise it with me or raise it with the person, but to not get involved in negative gossip which actually harms the team. So tell me, what was your perspective? So all you're doing again is you're just breaking it down from, this is the event, this is what I saw, I heard, this is how I felt about it, and this was the impact, and then this is the change that I'd like to see. And then just say, tell me your story. What was going on for you? Let me understand. And then hopefully you'll find a way through it, because your perspective might not be the right one. When you put their perspective and your perspective together, hopefully you'll just learn something new and find a way forward together. So it might be a courageous conversation around gossiping, bullying, harassment, some kind of phobia or ageism or sexism, etc. It may be that somebody has belittled you or ignored you or been passive aggressive, is always getting deadlines late. It may be that you want to ask for a raise or a promotion or ask for some time off or some flexibility. There are courageous conversations that happen all the time. And what I want you to do is to be in control, feel safe, and make the other person feel safe so you can get a future way forward. And that's what this course is all about.